Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on an impromptu live stream. We're going to talk about Bitcoin and we're going to talk about stable coins today. There's a story breaking about Paxos being told to stop issuing Binance US dollar. I'm going to talk about that story and we'll talk about the ramifications of that. So let's go ahead and jump in. All right, welcome everybody. I'm here in the lair. I've got my rig back here and my Bitcoin logo on the wall. And I wanted to just talk a little bit about this breaking story of the Binance US dollar being attacked. Well, not really attacked, but I guess you could say that in a way, by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So let's talk a little bit about what Binance US dollar is, what exactly happened, and some of the ramifications. I'm going to share CZ, his Twitter thread, and he talks a little bit about what this means for Binance and Binance US dollar. So let's jump in over here. I'm going to go to the main screen. All right, so welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. And we'll start with the story itself. Paxos has been ordered to stop issuing Binance US dollars, or I guess reportedly. So there were two separate things that happened in regards to Paxos. The first was that the the New York Department of Financial Services, based in New York, of course, has ordered blockchain company Paxos Trust to stop the issuance of dollar-pegged Binance US dollar. So one of the actions is from the New York Department of Financial Services. And this action quickly followed on the heels of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, our old friends, the SEC, issued a Wells notice to Paxos, which is some sort of legal document or letter. A letter the regulator uses to tell companies of planned enforcement action. So kind of a threat, if you will, from the Securities and Exchange Commission that they were about to issue or embark on some kind of enforcement action. Right? And then the New York Department of Financial Services apparently ordered them to stop issuing Binance US dollar. So what's going on here? First of all, the first thing that might pop into your head about this is, why is Paxos issuing Binance US dollar, right? I thought Binance issued Binance US dollar. Well, apparently not. Apparently Paxos Trust. And we can go over to Paxos. My experience with Paxos had been related more to PaxG, which is a, let's go over here to, let's open a new window for this one. PaxG is a gold-based stablecoin, if you will, which is tied to the price of gold. In fact, it's a blockchain-based way of owning gold, and it is primarily handled by Paxos, the exchange. I've dealt with them before. I did not know that Paxos actually issued Binance US dollar. So for those of you who are not familiar with what stablecoins are, a stablecoin is a cryptocurrency on a blockchain that is issued and tied to the price of the US dollar. Now, it's different from other cryptocurrencies in a couple of ways. One is that it is tied to the price of the US dollar. That's one. And the other is that it is backed by assets. So Bitcoin is really not backed by any hard real world assets besides its proof of work algorithm, which you can think of as real world in a way because its calculations and electricity are used to generate new Bitcoin. So it's backed by that. And a lot of other cryptocurrencies are backed by what's called proof of stake, where people that operate nodes hold a certain amount of the cryptocurrency in order to process transactions. But stable coins are actually backed by hard assets. So in other words, theoretically, when the Tether company issues new Tether, they have to back up those new Tethers with hard assets. Generally, you would think that they would be holding US dollars, but they can hold other things like bonds and securities and those type of things. And the same with US dollar coin, which is owned by Circle, which I believe Circle owns Coinbase or is directly related to Coinbase. And so you can see Tether is number 3 by market cap in the list of cryptocurrencies, and then US dollar coin is number 5. And then not too far below is Binance US dollar, which is number 7 by market cap. So there are a lot of Binance US dollars out there. And it was my understanding that it was backed by Binance. After all, it has the Binance name on there. So I thought this was kind of interesting. So how does this affect the crypto market? Not a lot. It has the crypto market is generally down today, but it's not down by a huge amount since the release of this announcement, right? It's pretty much a down day anyway. So, but why do you think that the Securities and Exchange Commission and the financial regulators in New York have told Paxos to stop issuing Binance US dollar? They could just as easily have gone up against Tether or US dollar coin. And they're claiming that it's because it is an unregistered security. Now, the accusation of an unregistered security is based on the Howey test, which was created way back in the 1930s, and it's basically a definition of what a stock is. So if it is a stock and it's unregistered, then it's an unregistered security. So that's the thing. So, but the Howey test has a couple of criterion, and one of them is that whoever purchases this entity, which we haven't defined yet, and expects it to yield some kind of profit, then we can say that it's a security or a stock, right? And it's kind of weird that they would go after stable coins because you don't really purchase stable coin expecting the price of the stable coin to rise so that you can sell at a profit. So it's a little strange. Now, in this article that I've linked to down in the description below, they talk a little bit about, they've interviewed some experts and said stuff like, well, maybe you could use it in arbitrage for that slight fluctuation between the actual price of $1 and maybe slightly less. But that's like fractions of pennies. So I don't know anyone out there that is trying to earn money on stable coins using arbitrage. There might be out there, but you would have to be using very large amounts. And that's not the normal range of experience for most of the people that are out there using crypto stable coins. Generally, a stable coin is where you park your funds, either waiting for a dip or just to remove yourself from the volatility of cryptocurrency. That's pretty much how they came about. So I don't think there's a lot of people doing arbitrage. And then, let's see, blockchain attorneys told Coinbase that while the answer isn't clear-cut, there is a case to be made if the stablecoin was created with the expectation of making money, or if it's a derivative of a security, which is all very gray. Now, we can stake stablecoins. So there are a lot of sites out there that will allow you to stake stable coins and earn a modest return on them, usually crypto pairs involving stable coins. So that might be one reason they're going after Binance US dollar. I'm going to go over here and pop out chat. Mustafa Lamb, thanks for being here. Christian Colon, thanks for being here. CJT Fauntleroy, Seaside Joe, Ming the Merciless. These are some unfamiliar names, so I'm glad that I was able to catch a few of you at convenient times. I have pretty normal viewership on Saturday night when I do my normal live streams, so it's great that I was able to provide you a chance to jump in and be a part of the live stream. Let's jump now. CJT mentioned, Christian Colon mentioned that he thinks, oh, there goes Binance. And that was kind of what I was leading over to, was that this is perhaps an attack on Binance. Now, it's interesting that CZ, the first thing he says, before he's even spoken anything, in summary, Binance US dollar is issued and redeemed by Paxos. So here he is, like, separating himself from Binance US dollar, which I think is a little cagey, if you ask me. Why does it have the name Binance in it if it's not, related to Binance? It doesn't, it just seems weird that they would call this stablecoin Binance US dollar if it's not issued by or backed by or related to Binance in some way or form. So here we have the CEO of Binance jumping in to tweet as soon as the news was announced that, hey, Binance US dollar has nothing to do with Binance. It's totally controlled, issued, redeemed by Paxos. All right. So they were informed by Paxos that they have been directed to cease minting new Binance US dollar. Paxos is regulated by the New York Department of Financial Services because it's, I guess, located in their jurisdiction. Binance US dollar market cap will only decrease over time. That's kind of a given if they stop issuing it, because the only thing people are going to be doing is redeeming it. So, of course, the market cap is going to go down. Paxos will continue to service the product and manage redemptions. Paxos also assured us the funds are, I don't know what that means, safe and effective or whatever it is. Somebody clue me in on this, right? So basically, I think they're just trying to openly cause a run on this stablecoin and see if it's going to bankrupt Paxos, right? Which would look bad for Binance, right? So that seems to be the underlying motivation for this action, right? They're trying to see if they can start a run on Binance US dollar, which of course they are. And Paxos claims that it's fully backed, so they can handle it. Okay. We'll see. But it's just really odd. MT says, is US dollar coin at risk? I don't believe so. I think I saw in this article, I believe, Coinbase. Okay, so here we go. Coinbase is taking up the fight, claiming its staking products are not securities. This is kind of in relation to what happened to Kraken last week, where they were also threatened with an enforcement action and quickly settled with the SEC by paying a fine of $30 million, which isn't a lot, unless it was $30 billion, but I think it was $30 million, and said that they would stop offering staking products in the U.S. But Coinbase is challenging that, and they're willing to, put their money where their mouth is. And, if the SEC wants to go up against them, they'll fight it in court, right? So Coinbase has a little more resources at its fingertips, I think, than Paxos. Been around a lot longer, has a lot more industry respect, and is willing to challenge the SEC directly on this. So if they're willing to challenge them on the staking issue, I'm sure they're also willing to stake them on or challenge them on their US dollar coin, which I believe, we can see over here that US dollar coin has a much higher market cap than Binance US dollar. Here's market cap. Yeah, more than double the market cap. All right, and Coinbase has a lot more than just US dollar coin, right? They run a very profitable cryptocurrency exchange. So I don't think it's the end of Tether or US dollar coin. I'm surprised because Tether has been on the chopping block for years, being threatened and people talking about the Tether scam and how Tether was going to collapse any day now. And it's been years, and Tether is still around. And Tether is not a U.S.-based company. US dollar coin is, right? Circle is a U.S.-based company. So they're going after the low man on the totem pole, so to speak. And I think it's more directed at Binance than it is at Paxos, even though Paxos is the one that's directly affected. Okay. So from what I know, they haven't issued any additional statements against other stablecoins, right? The SEC or U.S. The New York Department of Financial Regulation, right? This is just against Binance US dollar and specifically against Paxos, because Paxos is in charge of issuing Binance US dollars. So we'll see, right? If Paxos declares bankruptcy, then, we'll have a little more of an event on our hands, right? But so far, Paxos has said that they can handle this, right? So I put a link to CZ's thread, and, CZ didn't make any comment on the legality of this. I'm not an expert on U.S. laws, but personally, I agree with Miles' logic. Not that that means much, right? Here's Miles Dutcher, if I'm not pronouncing his name correctly. But how on earth is a stable coin considered a security when it clearly doesn't meet the Howey test? Right, here's the Howey test we were talking about earlier. An investment of money in a common enterprise with the expectation of profit, right? But I did mention that you can stake stable coins. That was one of the big ones with Terra Luna, was that the Terra Luna ecosystem allows you to purchase their stable coin, their algorithmic stable coin, and stake it for around $20. And that was crashed last year by a run on their stable coin, which was never really revealed who was behind this stablecoin run. But there were indications on blockchains that there was a large entity that purchased a huge amount of US dollar tether. UST or US. Now I can't even get my term straight. The stable coin for Luna. I forget what they called it. But and then dumped it on Binance, basically, which crashed the price or depegged the stable coin, and then from there it just crashed. So that was kind of a behind-the-scenes thing. Probably big financial players that didn't like the fact that people could use their hard-earned money to earn 20% on a stable coin, right? And now they're coming after Binance US dollar. That's kind of my take on it. All right, I'm just going to go over here. Let's see, we can go over here. pull my green screen over and take a look at what people are asking. If you have US dollar or euro, how to directly buy BTC if you don't want to go stablecoin first with Ledger. I guess that's a question with Ledger. The best way, if you have US dollar and you want to purchase cryptocurrency without going through a stablecoin, then you would just go on a cryptocurrency exchange like Coinbase, KuCoin, Uphold, or Binance US, and link your bank account and buy some crypto. Let me log into this. I should have known that wasn't going to work, right? I think I typoed that. No, I got it. Hey. All right. I don't know. I think that's like a 25 word. I don't know that we're going to do anything on Binance US, but I just wanted to get myself logged in. So that's short, simple, sweet answer. You can also make purchases, quote unquote, on Ledger, but that's kind of a nebulous term. What you really mean to say is Ledger Live, and Ledger Live does have a buy-sell section where you can actually purchase cryptocurrencies directly using your US dollar or euro, but these are third parties. Let's go. I'm sorry. Let's go back. Can I go back? Yeah, here we go. Compare providers. Let's see. $100. Okay. Okay. Yeah. See. So you're not really buying it through. I mean, they're a third. They're facilitating a transaction through a third party. So they will allow you to use Visa, MasterCard, Google Pay, Apple Pay, bank transfer, Cash App, or Venmo, which is kind of convenient. But you're actually using these as payment methods, right? So if we choose MasterCard, then they would take us to a list of additional third-party providers that will, facilitate your purchase with a Visa card or MasterCard, right? All right, and if we use Apple Pay, let's see what they will do. They'll let me do it on Ramp. So really, all of these are third-party entities anyway. So if you're going to use a third-party entity like Ramp or Transact, then why don't you just go over to a reputable cryptocurrency exchange, connect your bank account, and purchase crypto directly on, an established cryptocurrency exchange that has a lot of liquidity, and you'll get a good deal. Because all of these third-party payment providers are going to be charging you fees. I don't know which is cheaper, to be perfectly honest with you, but I would assume that it would be a cryptocurrency exchange, right? I may be wrong, but I think it's more direct to use cryptocurrency exchanges than to use these third-party things that are going on. Hey, Scott's here. Yay. Luna Classic. I couldn't figure out. I think they called the Luna stablecoin UST, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember what the hell they called it. Do you think other Binance coins and tokens are at risk? Example BNB. That's a really good question. They may be indirectly trying to attack BNB. I'd read some stories that Binance coin could be at risk. There was another coin. I can't think of it, but that is a good question, that Binance coin itself could be at risk. I would assume Binance coin is issued by Binance. I don't want to hear, CZ go on Twitter and say, you know what, we're not responsible for BNB either. I don't know. He seems a bit slippery and cagey to me. So we'll see. Let's look at Binance BNB. BNB is number 4 by market cap. That's pretty big when you think about it. I mean, it's just below Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether. So maybe the U.S. regulators have their sights set on BNB coin. It's not beyond the realm of possibility. So here we are. Yeah, BNB is down 10% in the last 24 hours. But this statement only came out this morning. So, and that's a 24-hour. Well, yeah, that's the current price compared to 24 hours ago. Down 12%. Over the last hour, it's down 1.4. I don't know. It's hard to know. But it's pretty good what you can do on CoinGecko. I like CoinGecko. BNB trades solidly for 700 days now. BNB is more solid ground than Binance US dollar for the time being, at least. Right. Yeah. I mean, they're going to have a hard time bringing BNB down. Look at it. Its market cap is just below Tether, and BNB has a higher market cap than US dollar coin. So that's a big one, right? Let's hope that doesn't happen. The financial regulators are using enforcement actions rather than or enforcement by. There's a term for it. Regulation by enforcement, right? Instead of working with Congress and getting, sane crypto regulations passed, they're trying to regulate by just going after companies and it's kind of gray, right? They don't really know if the laws aren't clear. Why are you, legally going after entities when you don't really have clear laws, right? So that's what's going on now. There's a lot of enforcement by regulation going on out there. It's time to accumulate, although the rumors were going to dip further yet. Fook the SEC. Yeah. So, one of the things I wanted to bring up is that, the SEC and the Justice Department and the other government entities in charge of quote unquote, economic stability, if they start going full tilt against some of these huge these big coins and try to bring the crypto market crashing down, they're going to have a problem on their hands as far as U.S. retail investors. It has been shown that the U.S. Financial markets have been correlated with the crypto markets in many ways. So you saw last year how the stock market was dragging down the crypto market. There's a lot of U.S. retail investors that are into crypto, and there's a lot of large U.S. companies that are also invested in crypto in many ways and forms. So dragging down the crypto sector could also drag down the stock market and the U.S. financial sector. So they have to tread carefully. They can't just willy-nilly go out there and try to crash the entire crypto system without causing ripple effects in the U.S. market. And believe me, if they go directly after crypto and that drags down the crypto market, there's going to be people out there, looking for blood, and they'll accuse the SEC of having caused this whole fiasco. A lot of Republican congressmen, maybe even Democrat congressmen. So the SEC and the financial regulators have to tread carefully here. But it looks like they're kind of trying to bring Binance down more than anybody. All right. BNB is solid. Okay, I don't think we are out of the bear market. We still have a bit way longer to go. That's Christian's opinion. The Merciless agreed buy right now for the relief rally right around the corner or not, right? I agree, Christian, we are still in the bear market. So we did have a 30% run up early in 2023. So I believe Bitcoin is still up by around 30% on the year. And many people are hoping, praying, saying that this is the beginning of a new crypto bull run. But there are contrary opinions that say that this is merely a bear market bull run, right? This is just, we're still in the bear market, and this is just, kind of a mild fluctuation within that bear market. So we'll see, right? We're kind of at the edge, right? And no one can predict 100% certain where the market will go either way, right? If they could, then it wouldn't be a market anymore, right? If you could predict it with 100% accuracy. I just wanted to get that story out there. I won't waste too much of your time today, guys. I just wanted to kind of cover this news story and talk about its ramifications for the crypto market. So I'll go ahead and sign off now. Doesn't look like there's too many technical questions. I will be around on Saturday, 6 p.m. for my regular live stream, so please join me for that. And keep an eye out this week for any new content that I might post. I really appreciate everyone's time and support. Like I said, I do my live stream live from Michigan every Saturday night. Join me there, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you then. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.